joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
Well, you can count on Towns to finish with strength anytime he has the chance.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. Towns. Oh, he used the shot fake to create the angle, but he couldn't get it to fall. And since the turn of the century, die-hard Knicks fans had dealt with some lean years, Grant, until recently.
No doubt, B.A., and they're happy to see meaningful games. The arrival of Jalen Brunson just changed things, and they've gone all in to surround him with talent.
Here's Ivy, and that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Here's Brunson. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
And obviously their goal right now is to feed him the ball and get him going.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area. Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
Pass to Sarr. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Yeah, in the lane there. I mean, that's easy money for Sarr.
Knicks lead 8-6.
Here's Ivy. Outside Giddey. Again, the Bulls score.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
Now here's Brunson. A steady force on their offense, recording around 14 and a half a game. Pass to Towns. 6 to shoot. And it's powered home by Towns.
And defensively, you have to make them work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
With the step back. And the foul on Jaden Ivey. That's his first foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in. And finished off by Sarr.
Yeah, easy enough for the 7-footer. Sarr bringing the house down.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Bulls trail by 4. Up top, Giddey. Right now, he's contributing about 15.5 points a game. And New York has possession. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. Mikal Bridges is very comfortable with his mid-range and in-between game. He said when it comes to the basketball court, it's not just the rims and the threes. You have the rest of the court, too. Now, not everyone is effective with those middle-distance shots, but Mikal always has been. Guys?
He can knock him down. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Walker. Into the lane.
I mean, what an acrobatic move. Walker just leaving them speechless.
Pass to Dadier. Brunson taking his time here. Down low. Buzelis grabs the board. The Bulls trail by 4. Outside Bull. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bulls got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Ivey outside. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Well, look, at the rim, Ivey is explosive.
Brunson on the drive. He gets it in there. Brunson's got 6 points.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
And here's Ivey from the arc. On target from range.
Woo, he's piping hot. 4 for 4 from the field. No one can guard him out there.
Towns gets the bucket.
Defensively, they've got to get more bodies in the paint. That's 3 straight field goals from below the free throw line.
Here's Giddey. A clear look for Ivey. Again, the Bulls score.
That makes him 5 for 5 so far. Could be a big night in store.
17 seconds left in the first quarter. The kick out to Brunson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns. 9 points in the game.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. It's the Knicks up by 2. Don't. Man, it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, yeah, early on, the mid-range jumpers have been an important part of their attack. They're going old school.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
Nice shot by Walker. Coach, I've heard you say one of the most frustrating things to watch is a team that beats itself.
Yeah, B.A., I think one of the things is before you can win, you got to make sure you don't lose. And when you're doing things like turning the ball over or fouling needlessly, those are probably the 2 biggest areas. Those are beat-yourself types of stats, and it's hard to get away with those at the highest level.
New York shooting their initial free throws of the game here. That one's no good. Here's Chicago now. And after this one, they're at home against Philadelphia. And that's the first of just 2 home games for them.
Nice feed right there by Smith. You like seeing bigs like him share the wealth like this.
And Hart throws it down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Walker's shot is off. We're about a minute and a half into this second quarter. Pass to Flowers. Back to Hart. 5 to shoot. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Chicago with the ball. Simons outside. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here.
Put your hands together for your Knicks City Dancer. Making us move nicely. That is your Knicks City Dancer.
Bull with it. He has 6. To the paint. And Hartenstein slams it in.
Well, sharp interior passing is so important. The best way to create high percentage buckets.
And the whistle on the shot. Got some contact there. Misses the shot, but he'll shoot 2. New York shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And And here are the Bulls now. They trail by 1. Ivy outside. Oh, Robinson with a block. Right side Hart. Stolen by Ivy. Here's Giddey. And he dunks it down.
Hey, that's an aggressive move by Giddey. You love to see it.
Stan, when you look at Josh Giddey's game, how would you best describe it?
Well, B.A., he's a triple-double threat. Taller playmaker, sees the floor well, can rebound. I love his versatility.
And finished off by Bull.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. Buffkin, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And Bull hits from deep. And now a 3-point Chicago lead.
Well, we see this more and more. Big guys who can really shoot it from deep.
Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is.
Yeah, what a feed from Ivy. These are the type of passes you love seeing from him.
New York working the ball around now. Flowers. And a big finish by Robinson.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Outside Bull. Just 5 to shoot. With a 9-footer. That went off the back iron and out.
The battle of the boards has been...
Oh, flying high!
Unreal.
Throwing it down!
That's just incredible. Woo!
Oh, man, this has been an absolute battle in the first half.
Each team trying to establish itself. The lead just keeps going back and forth.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan.
Substitution on the court.
Chicago trailing here. Here's Ivy. And he drives in.
And with the talent and the competitiveness that Ivy has, we're going to see a lot of nights like this in his NBA career. It's just a matter of how many.
Pass to Flowers. Chicago with a rebound.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Ivy's shot is off. Here's Buffkin. Checking his stats. He's scoring around 9.5 points per game. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
Just a big man playing big. No way to stop it.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Ivy, right side. Cans it from the wing. Ivy's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, I like the mid-range shot from Ivy. That's a key for him in his development.
Takes it inside. Buffkin with the bucket.
And it's been punch, counter punch between these two today.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And here's Ivy from the arc. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Hall. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
And the ball out of play. The Bulls will have it.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. New York out in front, up by 1. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game. And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. It's a one-point game. The shot by Buzzell is no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And Josh Giddey is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Here's Brunson. High post Towns. Towns owning it inside.
Yeah, and at 7 feet tall, Towns is a major threat inside. The defense has to guard him better than that.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. Well, this Knicks team has grit. Jalen Brunson said, quote, no matter what the situation is, we are going to attack it. No matter who's in front of us, we are going to grind. Brian, back to you.
No quit. All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Pass to Ivy. And it's New York with a rebound. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Three-pointer, Bridges. Hartenstein pulls it in. The Bulls trail by 3. Ivy outside. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Well, what a night for Ivy. He's playing his game and being aggressive.
Outside Brunson. From behind the arc. He missed there. His first misfire in 5 tries. And Dadier pulls it down. To the inside. Towns. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, this is what makes Towns an all-star caliber player. He has the ability to take over games by himself.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Chicago making a switch here. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Giddey. Out to Simons. Yes! And the foul! That one on Sarr.
Sticking with it. Simons using all of his strength on that one.
No doubt, Anthony Simons has shown he can be a 20-point-per-game scorer in this league.
Yeah, the shooting is great. He's a natural at finding his shot, but he'll be targeted at the other end. That's where he's got to improve.
Shot's good by Sarr. Sarr's got 8.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Back to Walker. Chicago passing it around. Three-pointer, Buzelis sinks it from distance.
Yeah, this demonstrates how confident Buzelis is. He knows he can be lethal off the catch.
Chicago leading. Pass to Giddey. Outside Walker. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
How does such an elite finisher not throw that down? I'm confused.
A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Dadier. Offensive rebound. Outside Brunson. They shoot again. Fantastic work down low from the crafty Brunson.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
for your next breaker dance crew.
Here's Dillingham. Oh, he elevates for the slam. Jalen Brunson on the receiving end. And it's amazing. Neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time.
Yeah, these guys are leaving it all on the floor tonight. It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of a slump.
Here's Dillingham. Hart pulls it in. 1:39 left in the third quarter. Three-pointer, Bridges. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Bridges has got his first 3 points of the game.
And they keep attacking from the three-point range here in the second half.
Pass to Walker. Launches it. Towns with a rebound. And Towns has got the ball here for the New York Knicks. The lead is 2. Out to Bridges. Now Towns. Offline with a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Left side Brunson. Simons with a steal. 4-3. Knocks down the triple. Simons got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, and Simons takes a lot of threes because he's confident in how dangerous he can be from that.
Rise up and flush it, big man. If he wanted to, he could have ripped the rim off the backboard on that one. And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Here's Robinson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And now a 3-point New York lead. And Mikal Bridges picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Mikal Bridges. First personal foul. Third team foul.
Shot from the inbound. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound.
Josh Giddey.
And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets.
Chicago 55. Come on, everyone.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Mike Brown was saying to the team. And he encouraged them to stay focused and not get complacent, saying we worked too hard to get this lead and we're not going to give it up now. Stay connected, play smart. Let's get this win. Guys, back to you.
Thanks for that, Allie.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And he gets it to go.
They have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got zero quitting.
Pass to Bufkin. Hart from long range. Hartenstein pulls it in. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for New York.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And we can't forget about how ferocious they've been cutting to the rim, just going right at defenders and finding ways to finish.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Got to think he'd like a few more of those.
New York working the ball around now. Pass to Bufkin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Hartenstein. Chicago with a rebound. Ivy goes in. Up again. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And at 6'10", Buzelis is becoming a very difficult cover for defenses, especially when he's aggressive and trying to score.
Well, didn't sink them all, but at least that puts them in front.
Oh, and a fast break for Chicago.
Well, it's been a big night for Ivey. Such an explosive player. He can just out-athlete the guy who is guarding him.
Here's Buffkin. Wing. He's got a clear path. Pass to Bowl. Good D by Sarr. Knicks trail by 3. Hart goes in. And stolen by Hartenstein. Here's Giddey. Here he goes. And the layup is good off the glass. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Chicago with the ball. They've got a 10-0 run going. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And now it's a 7-point Bulls lead.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Yes, sir, with the 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Oh, he leaves no question.
Yeah, great drive by Giddey. He loves probing avenues to the basket.
Here's Buffkin. Bucket! Straight in!
Can't ask for a better look with the game in the balance.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. And it's Giddey with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. They lead by 4. Stolen. And they're pushing it up for the finish. And he slams it home.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts. But sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a bounce.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter.
Ooh, important points from Sarr. And just great recognition of the moment. Don't see that in a lot of young players. Wow.
Misses the layup. New York trailing to take the lead. Knocks down the trifecta. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
That one's in there.
Important points from Giddey. He gets up for these big moments.
Now Towns.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Giddey scanning the floor. The 3 ball is down.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Both hands there for a little extra.
Well, in a big moment, go to your big man. Towns can be so dominant when he needs to be.
And it's Mike Brown calling timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And here's Brunson. Outside Star. Cashes it in.
If the possession ends with a shot in close, you've done something.
And so the big win by New York in a tight game. What a performance they have here.